It was a calm afternoon at the luxurious Aurelia Hotel, a place where polished marble floors reflected wealth, and crystal chandeliers glittered above conversations untouched by hardship. Soft laughter mixed with the clink of fine glassware, painting a picture of privilege and ease. Yet among all that elegance stood a shy young waitress named Norah, quietly adjusting her apron, her hands trembling just a little. She had been working at the hotel for barely 2 weeks. To most guests, she was invisible, just another server passing by without a second glance. But that afternoon, one small moment, one unexpected gesture, would change her life forever and leave even the coldest hearts deeply moved. If you believe in kindness, compassion, and second chances, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Good Vibes Hub, because stories like this remind us that even the smallest acts of empathy can echo louder than words. Norah had always lived quietly. Life never gave her the comfort of confidence or noise. Her father left when she was only 12. Her mother worked exhausting double shifts just to keep food on the table. Most evenings, Norah spent her time practicing sign language, a skill she learned out of love for her younger brother, Eli, who was born deaf. That silent language became her safe place, a world where understanding mattered more than sound. The Aurelia Hotel felt like a different universe. It was a gathering place for billionaires, diplomats, and powerful elites dining beneath golden ceilings. That day, Norah was assigned to Table 9, a private table reserved for billionaire Adrian Cole and his mother, Margaret Cole, a woman of elegance, wrapped in pearls and quiet grace. Adrian Cole was known for his sharp mind and business brilliance, but also for his cold, distant reputation. Staff whispered about him, a man who built empires yet seemed untouched by emotion. As Norah approached the table, nerves tightening her chest, she noticed something unusual. Margaret Cole wasn't responding to spoken questions. Instead, she smiled gently, reading lips. Then Norah saw the discreet hearing aid and the way Adrian leaned closer to his mother when he spoke. Norah's heart tightened. She recognized that rhythm, the silent understanding between two worlds. Adrian glanced up, slightly impatient. He expected speed, professionalism, not hesitation. But before he could speak, Norah took a quiet breath and raised her hands. She began to sign. "Would you like still or sparkling water?" Time seemed to stop. Margaret's eyes widened in disbelief. Her hand rose to her chest as tears filled her eyes, tears of recognition, gratitude, and pure joy. Slowly, she signed back. "You know sign language?" Norah nodded softly, her smile warm and sincere. Adrian watched in stunned silence. For years, he had seen people avoid his mother, waiters rushing past her, conversations leaving her behind, every outing turning into a careful effort to shield her from discomfort. But now, across that linen-covered table, his mother was laughing, truly laughing, as her hands moved freely in conversation. As the lunch continued, something beautiful unfolded. Norah didn't just serve the table, she connected. She signed every question, every menu detail, and even shared light, playful gestures that made Margaret's eyes shine brighter than Adrian had seen in years. And in that quiet exchange, a simple act of kindness changed everything. Other guests soon began to notice the billionaire's mother laughing and chatting joyfully with the shy young waitress. Curious glances turned into quiet whispers that rippled through the elegant dining hall. But Adrian didn't care. For the first time in years, his mind wasn't occupied with profits, meetings, or deadlines. All he could see was his mother, truly alive, smiling in a way he hadn't seen in ages. For Norah, this moment was more than simple kindness. It was memory. As her hands moved in gentle, familiar signs, her thoughts drifted to Eli, her little brother who used to tug at her sleeve just to be noticed. He had passed away 2 years earlier after a long illness, leaving behind a silence that never fully faded. Now, through Margaret, it felt as if Norah was speaking to him again. Every gesture carried both love and loss, words her voice could no longer say. It felt like a final gift from the universe, a conversation returned by chance. After the meal, Margaret insisted on meeting Norah properly. Adrian watched quietly as his mother held Norah's hands tightly, tears shimmering in her eyes. Slowly, Margaret sighed, "You made me feel seen. You reminded me that I'm not alone." Norah's lips trembled as she replied, "You reminded me that love never truly disappears." That silent exchange carried a sacred stillness, as if the world itself paused to honor it. Later, Adrian asked Norah to step aside. She braced herself, expecting a warning or criticism. She knew she had gone beyond her duties. But his voice was different, softer, almost unsure. He explained how his mother had felt isolated for years, even within her own home, and how no one had ever taken the time to truly communicate with her. Then, in a rare moment of honesty, Adrian admitted something else. His mother had once taught him empathy, but somewhere between boardrooms and business battles, he had lost it. Norah's simple act had reminded him of what truly mattered. When Norah spoke about her brother, Adrian finally understood the depth behind her hands. Without asking for recognition, Adrian arranged for the hotel to sponsor free sign language training for all staff, in memory of Eli. He also offered Norah a full scholarship to study special education, telling her the world needed people like her, people who could bridge silence with compassion. The story didn't stay within the hotel walls. Guests shared what they witnessed, and soon it spread online as a symbol of quiet humanity, proof that one shy waitress had done what no wealth or power ever could. She spoke to a heart without using words. Margaret returned to the hotel often after that, always asking for Norah. Their friendship became a living reminder that kindness doesn't need sound to be heard. Weeks later, during a quiet break, Norah stood by the window watching sunlight spill across the city. She thought of Eli and whispered a silent thank you. Life still tested her with loneliness, but moments like this reminded her that love always finds its way back, often through strangers who need it just as much as you do. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Good Vibes Hub. The world needs more stories that remind us how powerful kindness can be, even when it's spoken in silence. Before you go, tell us in the comments. Would you have done what Norah did if you were in her place?